excuse me, this live will be getting uploaded to my YouTube channel either sometime today or sometime tomorrow. I might turn on the light in a little bit, y'all, because it is getting darker where I'm at right now. As y'all can see by tonight, or today, the sun's going down, so, but as y'all can see by the topic, right, let's go ahead and get more deeper into it, right? I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything. I'm also giving a shout out to the Most High for giving me these amazing downloads, dropping this amazing good information on me, you feel me, no cap. I'm also giving you a shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving a huge shout out to everyone and to y'all. Y'all literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock me, show love, support, you feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Want to love always deeply. I'm also sending good positive energy, good positive protection, good positive healing, good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. Also, if you want to buy my ebook, you can. It's $10.90. Link is going to be in the description and in the comments. Let's go ahead and get more deep into the video. Right? The hidden, with hidden information, right? Like hidden information, right? The thing is that a lot of y'all, right? Hold on. Okay. So with like spiritual wisdom, right, and like spiritual information, right, it's a lot of hidden information, right? It's a lot of hidden information. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this light on, y'all. I'm gonna just go ahead and just turn the light on before we even like really dive deeper. I'm gonna just go ahead and just turn the light on. I'm gonna just go ahead and turn the light on. So look, right, let's get more deeper. So with hold on, let's turn on some more light actually. Okay, let's do some more. Okay, we have more light now. Okay. So with a lot of times, right? So with society, right? A lot of people don't think they have powers, right? I know this might sound crazy to some people. Some people that's gonna sound crazy, but we all have powers, right? Even if you are a human being, if you are a Caucasian, Dravidian, Mexican, Indian, Asian, if you are not black, you still have powers. Now, if you are black, of course you have powers. I mean, you're a god, you're a goddess. You most definitely have powers. But even if you aren't a god, even if you aren't a goddess, you still have powers, right? They show us this in cartoons, movies, animes, etc., right? You know, like Black Lightning or Superhero or the Justice League or Marvel, you know, not Batman, Green Lantern, etc. Green Lantern is literally a representation of manifestation. Look at his powers. Green Lantern is a good example of manifestation. He puts on a ring and he can literally manifest things. Bro, Green Lantern is literally a form of manifesting. And notice what color? Green. Green is high vibrational energy. Green represents the heart chakra energy, right? Heart chakra energy, right? We all have powers. Yes, we all have superpowers. I know that might sound crazy. You feel me? What's up, Reese? We all have superpowers, right? Nobody is truly normal, to be honest with you. There's no such thing as normal, right? You are who you are, right? And I mean that in a positive point, in positive ways. So we all have powers, right? Everybody has powers. I am well. Thank you for asking. Everybody has powers, right? A lot of people don't think that they have powers because society has brainwashed us to think, oh, we're normal, we're human beings, which some of you are human beings, but nobody is normal. Second of all, you do have powers, but we have been brainwashed that we don't have powers. One of the main reasons why a lot of people think that they don't have powers is because, for one, you're not training your powers, right? Oh, I can't control the wind, da-da-da. You're not training. You're not outside trying to control the wind. You're inside. And if you are outside, you're not trying to control the wind. You don't speak to the wind. You don't say peace to Mother Nature, Mother Kai, the wind. You don't. These are different beings. These are beings, right? Water, that's a whole, bro, that's energy. That's a being. That's not just something in the water. Water is a being. And there's multiple beings that live inside the water, right? Water is an actual thing. It's an actual being. What we live on, what we walk on, Mother Nature, Mother Kai, this is an actual being. This isn't just something that's just here. We're on a rock, whatever you want to call it, and it's not falling. Like, bro, we have, if the planet that we are on has powers, you don't think you have powers? Look, bro, this planet, we call it what, a big rock. We call it Earth, right? If it's not falling, isn't that a form of levitation? And levitation is what? Levitation is a form of a power, right? So if you are on a planet that has power, how can you not have power? Everybody has superpowers. One of my powers is I'm psychic. I'm very good at channeling energies, right? Feeling in, maybe not channeling energies, but I'm very good at scanning energies, feeling vibes, feeling thoughts, etc. Right? And with your powers, right? Another reason too, right? A lot of y'all aren't training y'all powers, right? You go to school, right? You go to school for some hours. You're not trained. A lot of y'all aren't training y'all's powers for when you're at school. When you come home, a lot of y'all aren't training y'all's powers. When you're at work, a lot of y'all aren't training y'all's powers when y'all at work, right? You see what I'm saying? Right? Another thing is too, right? Why do you think you like certain superheroes, like the Avengers or the Justice League, or my favorite character is Raven or this and that? It might be because you have, if not the exact same powers, or maybe similar powers at that person. Why do you think you are so attracted to that superhero or that supervillain so much? It's a reason behind that. Life has reasons, bro. Everything in life has a reason to it. There's no such thing as a coincidence. You're in here right now in this live. It's not a coincidence. Right? I didn't just, oh, he just popped up on my, no. The universe, this was aligned. This was connected. This was manifested, bro. Right? This is manifested. Right? So look, right? Right? A lot of y'all, we all have powers, but everybody's powers are different. Right? People can have similar powers, but everybody has their own unique gifts. Right? It goes a lot bigger than just sports or dunking a ball or throwing a football or hitting a baseball or playing hockey, right? It's a lot bigger than that. No disrespect to sports, but it's a lot bigger to that, y'all. It's a lot bigger to that, right? A lot of y'all, right? For example, I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. I can tap in with the fire element. I can tap in with the chi fire element. I can tap in with that, right? I can tap in with the fire. Excuse me. I also know how to tap in with the wind. Right? Wind and fire kind of go together in a way, right? You see what I'm saying? A lot of y'all y'all are very good with water, right? You know how to open, a lot of y'all can open portals with water, but y'all just not practicing enough. Life is similar to a video game, bro. To get your character to be stronger, more faster, more movable, you have to practice with the character, right? Oh, I don't got powers. I can't do this. I can't do that. You're not, first of all, you don't think that you can do it. Second of all, you aren't practicing. You don't think you can do it, and you aren't practicing. You have powers. Every single one of y'all have powers. But are you practicing? Do you think you have powers? I can tell you all day long you have powers. But at the end of the day, do you think you have powers? Do you know that you have powers? Right? Where do you think they get these ideas from? Black Lightning, The Flash, right? Green Lantern. You think Green Lantern is a made-up person? Green Lantern is a real, actual person, bro. Yes, Green Lantern is real. Superman is real. Yes, Superman is real. And Superman is actually black. If you go do enough research, you'll realize Superman, oh dang, Superman is actually black. Yes, Superman is actually black. Superman is black. Green Lantern is black. Have y'all seen they got Aaron Pierre playing as like Green Lantern or something? Yeah, shout out Aaron Pierre. Yeah, bro. Green Lantern is black. They should have a black person playing as Green Lantern, and they should have a black person playing as Superman because Superman is the actual black person, right? They try to, oh, Superman, he's an alien. What Superman really is he's a god, bro. Yes, you can call him an extraterrestrial as well, but he's also a god, bro. Right? And I'm not saying like, other races can't like play, Superman, all these places, but it should be known who these people are. Like, okay, cool. You want to have an Asian person or a white person or whoever or human being playing as Superman? Okay, cool. But why not make it obvious like, yo, but the real people, like the real actual person is an actual black person. It's actually one of the goddesses, actually one of the gods. Right? You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm not racist, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not racist. But yes, Green Lantern, and I might make a whole video decoding not fully, but I might make a whole video decoding some of Green Lantern, right? Because Green Lantern is a god, and he's very good at manifesting. One of the main reasons why Green Lantern is so good at manifesting is a lot of people think, oh, it's just a ring, it's just a ring. The thing is that ring has energy to it. right? If you watch Marvel, right, you notice how when the other people, when they had the Infinity Stones, it worked different with them. But when Thanos, when he had the stones, it worked different with them. Why is that? Because it's different energy. It's different levels to it, bro. You see what I'm saying? Right? But when Green Lantern had that ring on, it was a different energy. It was a different vibe. Green Lantern is very good at manifesting. Plus, Green Lantern vibrates high. Green Lantern, green is a high vibrational color. It represents the heart chakra energy. If you tap in with that heart chakra energy in good, positive ways, correctly, etc., it can help you naturally manifest more, right? You trying to manifest something, but you trying to do it off of greed or being greedy. Greedy is low vibrational energy. A lot of times why people's manifestations not working is just because you're not tapping in enough with your heart chakra. Your heart chakra. Your root. I mean, not your root, but your heart chakra. Your heart chakra, right? You know what? I've been working on my heart chakra. I'm going to do what I know is right instead of just trying to always be in my ego. I'm going to do what I know I need to do instead of trying to do what I want to do all the time. That's heart chakra energy, right? Green Lantern is very high vibrational, and he's a black person. He's one of the gods, bro. They portray him to be as some Caucasian individual, but that's an actual black person. A lot of these Marvels, a lot of these superheroes, a lot of these villains, a lot of these antagonists, etc. Appreciate the 2 likes. A lot of these people are based off real people. For real. You got powers, bro, but you're not, like, you're not tapping into it enough. You got powers. I told y'all one of my powers, bro. I'm psychic, bro. I'm psychic, literally. I can feel energy. I can scan energy very well. I pick up on gestures, right? You know how sometimes people make like a quick gesture, or they might roll their eyes real quick, and like a lot of people might not pick up on it. I'm psychic, so I pick up on a lot of facial gestures. Seriously, I really do, right? I don't even have to be looking at a person, and I can feel that you're looking at me. You ever notice how like somebody will be looking at you, right? And then like you'll turn and you'll look at them. Do you even realize why you turned and looked at them? It's probably maybe because you felt their energy. That's why you looked directly over there. You could have looked anywhere. Why did you look directly over there? It might be because you felt that energy coming from over there, right? I'm telling y'all. And some people might be like, well, bro, everybody can feel energy. Everybody can feel energy. Everybody has emotions. But everybody's energy is different. Everybody has different powers. It's a lot of people that are psychic, but their abilities are different, right? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of people can feel energy, but everybody isn't psychic, though. Everybody might not be psychic. You see what I'm saying? That's one of my powers, and I have multiple powers inside of being psychic. It gets deep, bro. You have powers, right? What is something that you're really good at naturally? Oh, I'm really good at jumping. That's one of your powers, bro. I'm really flexible. I'm really flexible. Even if I don't stretch consistently, I'm very flexible. My avatar is very flexible. That's one of your powers. And you might even have powers inside of that power. For real. You got powers, bro. But the people, the higher ups, who so-called rule this world, they don't want you to truly know that you got powers. A lot of y'all, bro, y'all can literally, y'all similar to Neo. A lot of y'all are similar to Neo. Y'all can literally like pause the bullets, literally. Some of y'all so cold with it, y'all don't even got to do nothing. Y'all can just sit there and just do it with y'all's minds and just, yeah, the bullet's going to stop. Right? And I know that may not seem realistic, but you got to be on certain frequencies to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here telling you, hey, if somebody tries to shoot a gun at you, just put your hand up or do it with your mind and just, but bro, be realistic. But what I'm saying is that if you tap into certain frequencies, you can deflect a bullet with just doing like this or doing it with your mind, for real. You know what I'm saying? We all got different abilities. We all got different powers, right? But it's hidden within us. A lot of this information is hidden within you, right? Because we've been programmed to think that powers aren't real, right? You know why it's so hard for you to tap into your powers? Because you haven't really been tapping into it for years. For years, you've been studying, doing homework. For years, you've been working a job. For years, you've been in college. For years, you've been doing all other things. For years, you've been doing drugs. For years, you've been playing with yourself. So because of this, now it seems a lot harder to tap into these powers. The powers are still within you, yes, but it seems a lot harder now because, for one, if you truly want to tap into your power more, you're probably going to have to stop playing with yourself, right? When you are releasing energy, right? The thing is about releasing energy is, excuse me, when it comes to releasing energy, right? To be honest, and I've already touched on this before, you're not really supposed to release energy unless you guys are trying to reproduce. In other words, unless you guys are trying to have a kid. If you guys are not trying to have a kid, if you guys are not trying to manifest something, then you're not really supposed to be having sex. It is the honest truth. I'm not telling you to stop having sex, but I am telling you the honest truth, right? And when you're playing with yourself, you're not really actually supposed to be doing this, right? This is why it might feel harder too for you to tap in with your powers as well, right? Because how you gonna tap in with your powers, like from a really strong point of view, if you keep releasing your energy? You see what I'm saying? That's your energy. Your superpowers comes from that energy that you keep releasing, right? You see what I'm saying? For real, I'm letting y'all know, bro. For real. A lot of y'all, excuse me, a lot of y'all got aerokinesis. You know how to tap in with the wind. You an airbender. You know how to, you know what I'm saying? You know how to move the wind. Right? Some of y'all so cold with it, you ain't even got to try to move it or get you a stick. You can just do it with your mind. It just feels your energy, and it's like, okay, Ali wants me to go here, here, here. Ali wants it to be like, you know, okay, cool. Right? For real. Aerokinesis, that's a real thing. Telekinesis, that's a real thing. Y'all think these are just movies and shows, bro. A lot of y'all think these are just movies and shows and TV shows. No, this stuff, bro, a lot of this stuff be real, bro. Telekinesis is a real thing. It's people in pods right now. Yes, it's people in pods right now. There's underground bases. There's so much stuff going on underground right now. Mermaids are real. Yes, they are. Mermaids are real. Yes, mermaids are very much real. And mermaids, they're very good with their throat chakra, but a lot of them use their throat chakra for negative purposes. And I say that with respect. Shout out to the mermaids. I have nothing against the mermaids. But the mermaids, they have beautiful voices. A lot of people have went missing because they got lured in by the voice of the mermaid. And they show you this in mermaid movies or cartoons or whatever. They show it to us, right? The dude, he falls in love with the mermaid, but why? The voice, right? Mermaids, they have beautiful chakras, right? So since they have beautiful chakras, right, they know how to like project their voice. They know how to attract people with their voice. You know how a lot of people are like good with flirting to women or flirting to dudes? Mermaids, they are on a whole nother level. They really know how to like attract people in with just using their voice, with just singing, right? Mermaids are very good at singing. They're very good at luring people in with their voices, right? You see what I'm saying? And you could go into a trance. Their voice is so like, it can become so hypnotizing. You could start going to trance, and now you're unconsciously walking in the water. You're going deep in the water, knowing dang well you don't know how to swim. But you're not fully conscious. You're not fully aware of what's going on, so you're just walking in the water. I'm telling y'all, lots of people have went missing, bro. And the mermaids, they know how to, bro. I'm telling you, they be doing magic with their throat chakra energy, for real. I'm telling you, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, mermaids are real. Sirens are real. It's so many different beings in the ocean, in the water, right? Vampires are real. Yes, did he say yes? Vampires are real. Those are real beings. Vampires are most definitely real, right? Those are real. That's real. Ponies, those are real. My Little Pony, where do you think they get the idea of My Little Pony from? Ponies, yes, My Little Pony. Ponies are real. Fairies are real. Where do you think they get the tooth fairy from? Fairies are real. There's been so much information that they've been trying to hide from us. And a lot of y'all are very good at telepathy. You're very good at talking to people and they miles away from you. You thinking about your best friend. 2 minutes later, bro, she calls your phone. You was just thinking about your best friend. Now she called your phone 2 minutes ago. How is that possible? Telepathy. Y'all haven't texted or called all day. Telepathy, bro. Telepathy is a real thing. And a lot of us have telepathy. Let me go deeper, y'all. So, all of us have powers, right? Now, some basic, even though it's not basic, but some basic powers that a lot of people usually have is like telepathy, some type of healing slash some type of psychic abilities, right? Stuff like that. That's a lot of things that a lot of us naturally all have. A lot, not maybe not all of us, but a lot of us naturally have telepathy, some type of psychic, some type of healing ability, right, etc. Right? But everybody's healing. Everybody's powers that they have are different. So even if these two people got healing powers, or these two, because I'm psychic, right? And you might be like, well, dang, bro, like, can't everybody feel emotions? That. Everybody feels energy differently, though. Because you know why? Because everybody's energy is different, right? I'm not the only psychic person in this world. It's multiple other people that are psychic. What we have in common is, yes, we're both psychic, but our psychic abilities are different. They can be very similar, but they're still always going to be different because we have different energies. You see what I'm saying? First of all, bro, if we all had the same energy, we probably, maybe, I could be wrong on this, but if we all had the exact same energy 100%, then we all might just be one big loaf of energy combined. Yes, is everything connected? Yes. Do we all have somewhat of the same energy? Yes, because we're all connected and we all come from the universe, and that universe energy we all have within us. Yes, but we're also all different in our own unique ways, right? You see what I'm saying? Now look, right? Now look. Now look, right, somebody said in the comments, this was a while ago, but I'm going to touch base on it, right? Somebody said in the comments, your kid mind still active. Now look, right, I could get upset at that, right, even though I'm not. But the thing is, bros, is that what a lot of people don't realize is he or she, they made they just helped me with something, actually, helped me with an idea, actually. See, with your kid self, right, let's talk about your inner kid, right? Your inner kid, right? Your inner kid knows a lot about magic, right? Your inner kid knows a lot about superheroes and all this. Like you never like remember when you was like a kid or whatever, right? Some of y'all may have had imaginary friends. That wasn't no imaginary friend, bro. You might have been speaking to a whole nother spirit, but only you could see it in that whole household or that whole apartment. A lot of y'all, bro, when you were a kid, you ever really thought you could fly? When you were a kid, you watching the shows, you really thinking you could do that? When you were a kid, a lot of us, when we were a kid, we practiced more on our powers than we do now. See, the person who commented that, they're not on certain vibrations, so they're not going to understand information. I'm not upset at James, but James hasn't got to those levels yet. So this certain information is not going to make sense to James. James is going to look at it from a negative point of view. He's going to look at it from a lower energy perspective because James hasn't got to that level. Can he get to that level? Of course. We all can, right? But James is not on that level. So what James might be thinking is, James is thinking, oh, he's still thinking like a kid. He's not thinking realistic. In reality, I'm thinking very realistically, right? You see what I'm saying? Right? Because I am tapped in with my inner kid, my inner self as well, obviously, right? And I say that with respect, right? Right? And then another thing that James said, well, he said a few things, but I'm going to just say this as well. Bro, he also said, bro, we ain't superpowers, right? Here's another thing. James doesn't think that we have superpowers. So, of course, when somebody like myself or somebody other who talks about stuff like that, of course, James isn't going to think that superpowers, he's not going to think that what I'm saying and what other people are saying is true because he or she does not believe that superpowers are real, right? You see what I'm saying? So for you to even tap into your superpowers more, you have to know that it's actually real, right? Well, oh yeah, bro. I just tried to move the wind, but it didn't work. I knew Ali was lying. But let me ask you a question. Before you started to try to move the wind, while you was moving the wind, and after you got done trying to move the wind, in all three of those different phases, did you know that you have powers? If the answer is no, then what do you expect? If you don't think you have powers, you're making it more harder for yourself to actually tap in with your powers. A lot of y'all, bro, like, for an example, right? A lot of y'all are telepathical, right? But because you don't think that you're telepathical, you're manifesting that in your reality. So now you're making it more harder for you to tap into that power. That power is still within you, but now you're making it a lot more harder for you to tap in with your telepathical powers. So, of course, when you actually maybe do get curious and actually decide to try to do it, this is why it might seem so hard. This is why it might seem so hard for you to actually do it. Right? But powers are definitely real, right? Powers are most definitely real. So somebody asked me a question a while ago. They said, "Have you learned how to control the wind? Is it like subtitle control soundtrack sound sick?" So yes, I know how to control the wind, right? I maybe don't want to use the word control because the wind, it's its own being. I don't want to like say I'm trying to like, but yes, I also know aerokinesis, right? Like when I tell y'all I'm tapped in, bro, I'm really tapped in. I'm psychic. I know aerokinesis. I'm a fire sign, etc. Yes, I know aerokinesis. My aerokinesis is different. I don't have to like do like this or like get a stick. I can just it's more so like internal or mental or whatever. I can just like get on a certain energy and just make the wind more aggressive. No, seriously, I can make the wind more aggressive, especially if I'm like mad or in chaotic energy. I can make the wind more aggressive, right? I'm so serious with y'all. It was this one. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I'm gonna sum it up. One day I was out somewhere, right, and I wasn't having the best day, right, and I kept saying, I'm not gonna get too deep. I ain't gonna like, you know what I'm saying, cause like, you feel me? But I'm gonna tell y'all some of the information. I kept saying, I kept doing this thing over and over and over. And I noticed the more I kept doing it, the more the wind kept getting more aggressive. And I noticed once I stopped doing it, the wind would like not get as aggressive anymore. And I kept doing it over and over and over. And I was like, bro, I'm controlling this wind. I was like, bro, I'm controlling this wind. Like I'm tapping in with the wind. But at that time, I still didn't realize what was really going on. And I kind of felt bad because I was like, bro, am I really doing this? Like, or whatever the case may be, right? But yes, later on, after I did more research, I tapped in with myself more, lots of more meditation, etc., more reflecting, etc. I realized later on, oh dang, I also have aerokinesis, right? You see what I'm saying? You can go look this up on TikTok, aerokinesis. You'll see people right now on video moving the water or moving the wind. Aerokinesis is a real thing. You can literally go look this up and you'll see videos of people really moving. But with me, with my aerokinesis, I don't have to move and I can just say a word over and over, or I can just, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally or whatever, and the wind will just get more aggressive. I don't have to, you feel me? What's up, Muhammad? I don't have to like do this and do that. Nothing's wrong with doing that, but I don't have to do that. My aerokinesis works differently, right? I can just say a word over and over, or like I can just kind of like tap into this certain frequency and the wind to get more aggressive. I can make the wind more aggressive. I've done it multiple times before. And then when I want to stop it and I don't want it to be aggressive no more, the wind will literally stop being aggressive. I'm not lying. It might sound crazy, but bro, I'm not lying, bro. I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. I don't drink. I don't do no drugs, none of that. I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. I am aerokinesis. I know how to do aerokinesis, bro. I could literally make the wind um more aggressive, like more stronger. If I really wanted to, like if I got really, really mad or something, I could probably make a hurricane, bro. It would take a lot of energy out of me. It would take a lot of energy out of me to do that. But I could probably, at my level right now, maybe not right now. Like I'm gonna be realistic, maybe not right now. But like later on, if I consistently like trained with aerokinesis, bro, I could probably maybe like in the future, maybe make a hurricane, bro. You see what I'm saying? And I practice my aerokinesis, but I don't practice it a whole lot. I could be practicing it a lot more, but I do practice my aerokinesis. But that is one of my other powers, right? I know how to like make the wind literally more aggressive. And it makes sense because I'm a fire sign. A lot of fire signs are naturally good with tapping in with the wind, right? Me and the wind, we work together. I don't want to say I'm controlling the wind. I don't, maybe so, because like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm controlling the wind. Like the wind, that's his own being. The water, that's his own being. The fire, that's his own being. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to tap. In other words, let's use a better words for it. I know how to tap in with the wind, and the wind knows how to tap in with me. We know how to tap in with each other. Remember, you are the elements. Even if you're a fire sign, a water sign, whatever sign you are, you still are able to tap in with every single element. I'm a fire sign, I'm a Leo, but I'm still able to do aerokinesis and tap in with the wind, right? So just because no matter what your sign is, you're still able to tap in with all the signs, right? I mean, with all the elements, right? Earth, wind, fire, like you can tap in with all that, right? It's just whatever sign you are, you just might be more powerful with that sign, or you might be more attracted to that type of energy, right? You know what I'm saying, etc. Maybe so, but yes, one of my powers is aerokinesis, right? I can literally make the wind more aggressive. And then when I want it to stop, it'll stop being aggressive. Bro, I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, but I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. You got powers. And the thing is, you don't have to believe what I'm saying. That's perfectly fine, right? I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? The universe knows what it is. They sitting here watching it, right? But the thing is, bro, you don't got to take my word for it, bro. But everybody has superpowers, bro. Everybody has some type of powers, bro. I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not weak. A lot of people think they're weak. You're not weak, bro. Just tap in with yourself more. I'm telling you, bro, you got powers, bro. You got powers, bro. But it's going to be hard for you to tap into your powers when you think you don't have powers. I'm telling you. It's going to be hard for you to tap into your powers if you don't even think you got powers. If you don't even think powers exist, it's going to be hard for you to tap into your powers because you don't think it exists. You don't think it exists, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm going to give another example of why superpowers and powers are real, right? And we don't even have to call them superpowers. We can just call them powers, right? Because powers is it's energy. It's energy being manipulated, etc. Now, with for an example, right? No such thing as a coincidence, by the way. Let's say you was thinking about your let's say you was thinking about your girlfriend, right? You guys haven't talked the whole day or whatever, you guys been busy or whatever, right? You've been thinking about your girlfriend. You watching TV and you like thinking about your girlfriend, right? And you was like, and you just thinking about your girlfriend, right? Then after a few minutes, right? Your girlfriend calls you. You didn't text her, she didn't text you. After, and this is a few minutes later after you was just thinking about her in your head. That's a form of telepathy. You singing a song in your head, right? No music is playing. The music is playing, but it's not that song. That song isn't on the radio at the moment. You're singing a song in your head. You're not singing it out loud. And then your homeboy in the car starts singing that exact same song out verbally while you was singing it in your head. That's literally telepathy. It's a small form of it, but that's telepathy, bro. A lot of y'all, bro, y'all think this stuff be cap, but I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Powers are real, bro. For real. Powers are real. Powers are real. There's reptilians on this planet right now. You don't think powers are real? What? Reptilians know how to shapeshift. They know how to tap in with the photons. They know how to blend their energy, right? You see what I'm saying? Reptilians, a lot of them are very good at art because for them to even shapeshift, that requires art, right? A lot of reptilians, if not all reptilians, are very good at art because that is art. When you are shape-shifting into something, that is a form of art. That is a big form of art, right? You see what I'm saying? For real, I'm telling y'all, right? You feel me? Now look, right? Now look, right? This is not gonna be a real long live. I'm finna wrap up this live actually, right? But like I said though, this live will be getting uploaded to my YouTube channel either sometime today or sometime tomorrow. Also, before I end off this live, I want to let y'all know something, right? I want to let y'all know something. You don't have to take my word for what I'm saying, bro. You don't, and that's perfectly fine if you don't. But you know, I come here to tell you what it is. I come here to decode. Oh, what's up, Muhammad? I come here to tell you what it is, bro. A lot of y'all literally like, a lot of people think what I'm saying, what a lot of other conscious awakened people are saying is false or this and that. But in reality, bro, we know what we're talking about. It's just like I've said before. Appreciate the like, by the way. You got to be on certain frequencies, bro. If you're not on a certain frequency or frequencies, you're not going to get the information. It's not going to make sense to you, bro. It's not. It's like trying to tell a baby, hey, the Thunders just won the championship last year. The baby might not get nothing you're saying because the baby isn't on that frequency or frequencies to get what you're saying, right? Not saying y'all are babies, but what I'm saying is that you have to be on a certain energy or certain vibrations to understand this information, bro. This is really esoteric information, right? So a lot of people, they're not able to grasp the information. They can grasp the information, don't get me wrong. They can most definitely grasp the information, but you have to be on a certain vibration or vibrations to understand the information, bro. You see what I'm saying? For real. And another thing is too, right, is that you don't have to believe any videos that I've ever uploaded, bro. You don't have to believe anything I'm telling you, bro. You can do your own research, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you tapping in with yourself, like if you continue to keep tapping in with yourself, etc., which we all naturally do regardless, right? I'm telling you, bro, powers are real. Powers are real, and if you pay attention in these shows and these movies, they tell you how the powers work, how they're real. A lot of times, sometimes they do. I'm telling you. What's up, Kareem? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I wrote powers are real. So it's a lot of different. I'm new to the channel. What's the channel about? So basically, great question. My channel is basically about spirituality, right? So I talk about healing. I talk about magic. I talk about mental health. I talk about emotional health. I talk about physical health. I talk about fasting. I talk about money. I talk about magic. I talk about um, what else? What else? I talk about a lot of different things. In other words, I talk about spirituality, right? I talk about ways to make money, how you actually want to make money, right? I talk about investing, right? I talk about a lot of different things on my channel, right? And yeah. Also, y'all, I got a video. Appreciate that. I got a video dropping. I got a YouTube video dropping sometime tonight. But yeah, though, man, I do appreciate everybody joining the live, right? Like I said, you don't gotta believe the information I'm telling you. But if you tap in with yourself enough, etc., you'll see what I'm telling you is true, bro. You'll see what I'm telling you is true, bro. Like they said in Star Wars, bro, the force is within you. The answers are within you. Excuse me, the energy is within you, bro. For real. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate everybody joining the live, right? I really do, for real. And even sometimes, like, when people be like negative in the comments or whatever, it's like, bro, a lot of them don't know better, right? What I mean by a lot of them don't know better is a lot of them don't really know what's going on for real. A lot of them are still in that brainwashed energy, so they don't really know what's going on for real. They really think left is right, and they really think right is left, but in reality, it's the complete opposite, right? So if you're somebody who's vibrating high and you're spreading real information, I recommend you to not take it personal if people comment negative things, right? Because in reality, they don't know better. Because if they truly knew better, they wouldn't be commenting those negative things. I'm telling you, bro, I recommend you to not let it get the best of you, bro. If you know what you're talking about, then you know what you're talking about, bro. You don't got to try to prove yourself. That's ego. I'm going to prove it to the world. What are you talking about? That's literally ego. That's low vibrational energy. Why are you trying to prove it to the world, right? A lot of people don't even care about what you're talking about. A lot of people don't care about what I'm talking about. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be mean and being real. I don't recommend you to try to prove it to the world or prove it to people. If you know what you're saying is right, then you know what you're saying is right. If other people agree with it, they agree with it. If other people don't agree with it, then they disagree with it. And that's okay, bro. Let things flow is basically what I'm saying to sum it up. I do appreciate, once again, everybody joining the live. Much gratitude deeply. And yeah, man, peace to all.